Well, ahoy there, cruises.
Don't know which cruise line to book? Not sure about which cruise is going to be best for you? Well, stick with us, because we did loads of research and we're going to use our experience to let you know which one will suit you best.
Yes, from solo travellers to families and couples, we're going to tell you which cruise line is best for you. So, let's go.
Yeah, let's start with active couples, so people who like to do loads on their holiday and have lots of fun.
The young and the young at heart as well.
Exactly, so it doesn't matter what age you are, if you like to have a good time on a ship, these are the best ones for me. My favourite, I think, for this would be Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, especially some of the newer, bigger ships, because these are jammed, packed.
You will not get bored.
So many different features: climbing walls, floor rider, ice skating rink, dodgems at sea, Broadway style shows, loads and loads of restaurants, bars, nightclubs to pick from. There is literally so much to do. They're awesome.
There is, and there's so many people on board. There's a real wide range of people as well. So whoever you're going with or whoever you want to meet on board, you're pretty sure to find something for you on a Royal Caribbean ship.
If you're not keen of having loads and loads of kids on a ship with you at the same time, we recommend you go on these sort of ships outside of the school summer holidays or school holidays wherever they are in the world.
So really similar to Royal Caribbean is Norwegian Cruise Line, and particularly their bigger ships as well. So this is things like the Escape, the Epic, the Breakaway, the Bliss, and I'm trying to think of more off the top of my head.
Norwegian Getaway, Breakaway,
yeah. So the newer, bigger ships have some great features, and these are great as well if you like to have entertainment, if you like dining as well, because they have loads and loads of dining options and bars on board. And similar to Royal Caribbean, they also have Broadway shows.
Yeah, you just cannot get bored on these ships because there are so many activities and different things to do throughout the ship. Next up would be the fun ships. These are the Carnival ships. Yeah, they're known as the party ships here and there, especially around spring break time, but these ships are filled to the brim with so much fun to do on board. You've got water parks, IMAX theatres on the newer ships, rope courses, you've got this thingamabob where you drive around like above the sky.
Like
monorail bicycles, which is so cool. Just like Royal Caribbean and NCL, they have so much fun on board. But these ships definitely do attract lots of families and a lot of younger crowds and groups and things like that. So if you're really up for a fun time, Carnival's the one for you.
Also, if you want something a little bit different, have a look at some of the newer MSC ships. These ships really do attract a real wide range of people, and trust us, the Italians love to party, don't they?
Oh my God, I know, right? They were going to like 2 or 3 in the morning. It was such a good Mediterranean atmosphere on board.
There's loads of dining on these ships, as well as great pools, slides, and entertainment. And like we said, the parties go on until through the evening into the early hours of the morning.
Yeah, it's definitely another really good option. Also, the itinerary that you go on really does change a ship up as well. So you can get the same ship on a different itinerary and it can feel like a completely different cruise. Usually, Mediterranean cruises, more port-intensive cruises and shorter cruises and Caribbean cruises are usually a little bit more buzzy and exciting and a bit of a more active crowd, don't they?
Yeah, so these tend to skew a little bit younger as well, but again, you're going to have loads of people on there looking for a really good active time.
Yeah, so this brings us in to people who prefer a more relaxing, lovely, serene cruise.
Like calm sailing with a cocktail and a book and a nice glass of wine.
But this is not to say that these ships don't have plenty of entertainment options. They just have a slightly slower pace, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And sometimes this is a great way to cruise as well.
Definitely. So first off, we'll start off with one of our favourites, Princess Cruises. It's 5-star luxury at sea. And these ships are absolutely beautiful. They're so classic and just modern at the same time, but very classic and luxurious. And there's just a nice pace of life on these ships. You do get a very good mix of people. You get an older crowd and a younger crowd kind of mixed together, but it is a much more relaxed type of ship. They're not playing off the whole ship slides and climbing walls. It's more about having a nice, relaxing luxury holiday.
Yeah, a little bit more traditional princess, aren't they? But still quite modern in terms of things like dining. So there is flexible dining options and things like that. So you're not going right far back in tradition, but you just got that traditional flavour with a modern style cruising. So next up, Celebrity Cruises. These are known for their modern luxury as well as fantastic dining on board.
Definitely. Quite similar to Princess Cruises, they're a little bit more upscale. When I say upscale, I don't mean posh, I mean a more relaxed atmosphere. You've got lawns on board where you can have picnics and watch movies under the stars. Loads of lovely, beautiful specialty restaurants and entertainment on board. They really do offer something for everybody, and especially those who like a more relaxed, lovely cruise.
So everything's at a little bit of a slower pace, but that doesn't mean that it's boring. The entertainment is still top-notch entertainment. It's just generally things are a bit less party and a bit more relaxing and enjoying the scene and enjoying the cruise.
Exactly. So next up we have Viking Cruises. These are a Nordic company and they've just started really breaking into the ocean cruising market.
And these ships look luxurious.
They are amazing. So they're much smaller, more intimate ships. So you can really get to know your fellow passengers and you can get to really chill out. They have a lovely chilled modern feel. Yeah,
coming from a river cruising background, they've got that sort of atmosphere, a bit more boutique and a bit more luxurious.
Elegance and luxury and just chill out. Infinity pools on board their new ships. They look really nice, but we definitely recommend these for a lovely relaxing holiday.
If you're maybe looking for something that's maybe a little bit more active but still has that quieter feel, look at some of the smaller ships from Norwegian Cruise Line as well as Royal Caribbean, because these ships tend to attract a more relaxing crowd and tend to have a bit more relaxed atmosphere.
A relaxing crowd. We all like to relax.
You know what I mean?
I do.
I don't know, how would you explain the people on board a bit more
laid back and chilled out.
I think this is because these tend to be on longer and more exotic itineraries as well.
Definitely, it really goes for any cruise line. So with MSC, Cunard, transatlantic crossings, Pacific crossings, longer cruises do usually attract a much not mature crowd, but a more calm, relaxed atmosphere on board, isn't it? Because you're not rushing around in all the ports and it's not all about the party lifestyle.
It's not a weekend. It's not like a weekend where your mates getting trolleyed on a cruise. It's more, just taking the time to enjoy the ship and enjoy the
everything
port.
in your stride, not rushing and doing everything on board. So it's a much more relaxed atmosphere. And as we said earlier on, it has a lot to do, not just with the ship, but the type of cruise you book.
So if you're looking for a cruise line for families, take a look at Royal Caribbean and Norwegian Cruise Line, because these ships, as we've said, have something for everybody and have tons of facilities.
Definitely, they have amazing kids clubs. So from toddlers all the way up to teenagers, there is something for everybody. With nightclubs for the teenagers, day clubs for all of the rest of the kids, there is so much to do. As we said earlier on, you've got ropes courses, golf courses, climbing walls, everything you can imagine on a ship are on these two sorts of ships, and they're fantastic for families. They're really catered for them, aren't they? Yeah,
they were great for kids as well. We sailed with our nephews and the staff on board were just fantastic at welcoming them on board and were great with them, weren't they?
Definitely, the kids had such a fantastic time. They were made to feel very included in everything.
Yeah.
And there was always something to do. We were looking at the daily planner and there was things going on all the time for kids, so they would never get bored.
And failing that, there's always the kiddie pool areas as well, which are great for them with the splash zones and the slides and things like that.
And of course, these great kids clubs keep your kids occupied so you can get away and enjoy yourself. A little bit of R&R.
And the ultimate cruise line for families is, of course, Disney Cruise Line. These are cruises that are just perfectly designed around family cruising.
Yeah, if your family or anybody in your family loves Disney, these are the perfect cruise for you. The kids clubs are absolutely amazing. There are so many activities for the young at heart and the old at heart, from ages 9 to 99. There's something for everybody, isn't there?
The entertainment is all family friendly, but there's also adult areas on board as well. So while the kids are off at the kids clubs all day and right into the night, you can be enjoying yourself with a cocktail in the adults lounge or the pub on board. And there's also an adults only pool as well. So there's a nice relaxing area just for adults.
Definitely. And the kids can watch movies on the cinema or the big screen outside and meet their favorite Disney characters, which they love. So next up, as we mentioned before, for people who like a more active holiday, Carnival. They have fantastic kids clubs as well and so much to do. We also need to give a special mention to MSC and Princess Cruises, who also have outstanding kids clubs and facilities for all the little ones. One good thing about MSC is that you can find really affordable cruises.
Yeah.
So these are really good for families because you can save a small fortune by booking MSC. Because they're quite a new cruise line, you can get some amazing deals. So it's great to try cruising with a family for the first time.
Also, some cruise lines offer fantastic staterooms catered just to families. So people like Royal Caribbean and Carnival on their newer ships have like family suites that are designed just for families.
Cool. And the new Symphony of the Seas by Royal Caribbean actually has a family suite on 2 levels with a slide. It is amazing. I so want to stay there myself.
I know. I don't want to travel with a family. I just want to travel with me and you.
I know. We're big kids. We can make it work. So what type of itineraries suit children and families?
Well, similar to the active cruises, we'd say that Mediterranean and Caribbean are the best itineraries for families, and these also tend to be shorter cruises rather than the longer ones.
Definitely, and we recommend the bigger ships because these are just the bigger and newer ships because these are just jam-packed with facilities. So once again, bigger ships, more younger family crowd, smaller ships and longer itineraries, more quiet crowd, and slightly more mature travellers.
Recently, there's been a big push in cruise lines catering specifically for solo travellers. So cruise lines such as Norwegian Cruise Line, Royal Caribbean have cabins just for solo travellers. The great thing about solo cabins is that you don't have to pay the extra occupancy fee, which can really ramp up a price of a cruise, particularly if you're travelling by yourself.
Yeah, which is fantastic because it doesn't mean you have to go on holiday with somebody. You can go on holiday by yourself and relax and meet loads of new people. NCL have the biggest range of solo cabins and they have something fantastic as well, which we saw on our Norwegian Getaway cruise. We travelled with our brother-in-law, who's a single person travelling, and this area was fantastic. The cabins were amazing, and there was a solo lounge where you could mix and mingle with all of the other solo people. There's a massive 128 solo staterooms on the Epic. There's 82 on the Escape and 59 on the Breakaway and the Getaway, which is amazing. There's so many cabins for solo travellers.
Check you out with your facts.
Yeah, and on Royal Caribbean, on most of the new ships, so the Quantum class and the Oasis class, apart from the Oasis of Seas, I think, all have solo cabins on board as well. And there's plenty of activities, meet-up, mix and mingle events going on as well. So you're never going to be bored and you're going to meet loads of new friends. Another good option is Cunard on the Queen Mary, Queen Elizabeth II and the Queen Victoria. They also have solo cabins on board and some of the biggest at sea.
Also, P&O feature solo cabins on their newest ship, the Britannia.
Yeah, and we got to have a look at one of them and they were really, really nice.
They were really comfortable, weren't
they? And they weren't just solo inside cabins as well. They had solo cabins with balconies, which was even an extra little perk.
And finally, Holland America also catered to solo travellers on the Koningsdam and Prinsendam.
Why do they name all of these cruise ships with weird names that we just can't pronounce?
Because it's Dutch, it's Holland.
I know, but like we can never pronounce any of these blooming names. Do you remember the whole Meraviglia fiasco? Meraviglia.
So the Prinsendam, all the dams.
Yeah, so these have solo cabins on as well. There's not as many as on the other ships, but you can still book on there as well.
Cruising's really great for solo travellers because of all the activities, isn't it?
I think it's absolutely fantastic. If you're brave enough to go away by yourself,
yeah,
I think it's fantastic. I think it's such a good idea.
Yeah, you always see in the itineraries like meetups of like solo travellers who like to play cards or this or that. It's just great.
There's so much to do, so you do not need to go away with somebody else if you just fancy getting away on your lonesome. So I think that's about it for this time. As always, do your research, look at sites like Cruise Critic, watch our videos, watch other people's videos with reviews and get a good idea of exactly what ship you want to go on, because there are so many different types and your perfect ship is out there waiting for you. So we hope this helped a bit.
Yeah, this just highlights that cruising is for everybody and is not just for one type of cruiser.
Absolutely. The old stereotypes of cruising being for old people really, really annoy us, don't they?
Yeah,
because cruising has completely revolutionized and evolved into something really fun and really cool.
I also think it's really sad when you hear people say, I went on a cruise and I was really bored, or went on a cruise and it was just a party ship, and that just highlights that they chose the wrong ship.
Absolutely, it's so important you get the right ship for you.
Okay, so that's it for this video on how to choose the best cruise line for you.
Yeah, make sure you follow us on Instagram where we're posting new photos every single day.
And don't forget to subscribe to get more videos just like this one. Go on, we're waiting. The button's just there.
We're going to stay here till you finish. Oh, thank you. That's so nice.
I know, I like it when people subscribe.
Thanks for the love. So if you've got any comments about this video or any other videos that you would like us to do, let us know in the comments below.
Until next time,
happy cruising.